Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my final team selection for Game Week 5. The international break is now over and FPL is back. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment what players you're bringing into your squad for Game Week 5, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, I do have Turner in goal, who does have Burnley at home. But the only problem with this is now that it looks like Turner might not actually be the first choice goalkeeper at the City ground. It's basically come out, I saw a few tweets about it, that the general consensus around Forest is that the new goalkeeper they've just signed is actually going to be the #1 and Turner is actually going to be the #2 goalkeeper. So if that is the case, I don't know who's starting this weekend at Burnley at home. It's not the worst case scenario. I do have a Nana coming off the bench if Turner doesn't play. I mean, Brighton is going to score against United anyway. I could see Brighton winning that game like 3-1. I just don't think it's going to go well. Turner at home to Burnley is the better fixture, which is why I'm playing him. But now I'm a little bit less excited about it. I feel like if you are on a wild card, Areola and the Fulham goalkeeper, that's definitely the way forward, because they just alternate so well. They are both the #1 goalkeepers. You don't have to worry about it. Like, my goalkeeper situation is terrible. Onana, I can't wait to get out of my squad, and if Turner loses his spot, I'm just in the bin. Like, it's terrible. But hopefully Turner does. I only really need Turner to play this weekend, because then after that Onana's got like Burnley and a few other easy games as well, where hopefully he can bloody keep a clean sheet or at least get more than 0 points. You know, he can't really do worse than a 0 unless he gets a minus, which again, I haven't put it past him. But yeah, Turner at home to Burnley hopefully is the #1 goalkeeper for the first game after the international break, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, if he isn't, Onana will come off the bench and obviously have Brighton at home, which again isn't ideal. So anyway, that is the goalkeeper situation. At the back we do have Estepinian, who's got United away, Saliba, who's got Everton away, and then Chilwell, who's got Bournemouth away. So 3 away fixtures there for the defenders. Not really anything crazy. Like, obviously Estepinian's the best option there, but he's got United away, which again I still think he'll get something from that game. Like, United are just absolutely in the bin at the moment. Saliba at Everton away. I mean, I'm not really too confident about this. You know, Everton, even though they've not been too good this season, their numbers have actually been all right. They just haven't put the ball in the back of the net. I'd like to hope that Arsenal are going to keep a clean sheet and they'll just win like 1 or 2-0. But yeah, I'm honestly not too sure how that's going to go. But either way, Saliba of the Everton away, he's going to be playing, because my other options are Kwore, who's got Fulham away, and then Baldock, who's got Spurs away, and Baldock is apparently injured. So I have to play Saliba anyway. I mean, I have a transfer in the bank and we'll go over the transfers soon. But either way, Saliba, who's got Everton away, and then Chilwell, who's got Bournemouth away as well. Again, I'm going to be playing him. I feel like if I was a wild card, I may be getting rid of him this week, but because I'm not wild carding, I'm not going to. But yeah, Bournemouth, it's not a terrible fixture for him. I just feel like Chelsea are just a little bit all over the place right now. You know, they just lost at home to Forest. Now they're going to Bournemouth away. If they lose to Bournemouth away, I don't know. I'd be sweating as a Chelsea fan. But anyway, that's the back line and the defender. In midfield, we do have Mbeumo, who's got Newcastle away. Again, not the greatest fixture on paper, but Newcastle haven't been great defensively. And as well as that, he's on penalties, 90-minute man. Basically the talisman of that side. I'm absolutely fine playing Mbeumo. Ødegaard, who's got Everton away, and Saka, who's got Everton away. Again, I made the transfer to get rid of Rashford instead of Ødegaard. They both scored in the Game Week 4 game. So now it's all like, who's going to be getting the better fixture? I'm hoping that Ødegaard does score again, just so it looks a little bit better. I can always bring Rashford back next week, which again I might do, and it is technically a bit of a waste of a transfer, which I'm a little bit annoyed about. I definitely made the wrong decision. I prefer Rashford in my squad as opposed to Ødegaard. But you never know. Ødegaard might go big this weekend and just absolutely make me regret those words. And I hope he does. And then we've also got Saka, who's got Everton away as well. So yeah, not the worst fixture at all for the Arsenal boys. So hopefully they can do something. I feel like this will be the last week where I do have triple Arsenal. I think Game Week 6, where they've got Spurs at home, could be where I get rid of a couple. If not, at least just one of them. But yeah, Saliba I could see getting rid of, and then potentially Ødegaard as well. I know they have Bournemouth as well after that fixture, but there's just better midfielders with better fixtures around the same time. So those are the 2 midfielders. We also have Maddison, who's got Sheffield United at home. I feel like I'm a little bit shallow on the I'm a little bit in the shallow end on the Spurs players, really. I don't have any Udogie, I don't have Son, I've only got Maddison, but at least I have some sort of way into that Spurs attack. and hopefully Maddison can go big, and Udogie does concede, and Son also sits quietly, or even on the bench. That'd be great. But yeah, Maddison, who's got Sheffield United at home, and then also Bruno Fernandes, who's got Brighton at home, did get a price fall a few days ago, which is my first price fall of the season. A little bit annoying, but either way, I'm not going to be getting rid of Bruno Fernandes anytime soon. With the Sancho news as well, that he's basically not going to play again. I could see Bruno Fernandes on the right wing, which I don't think is the worst case scenario. I think his numbers are still really, really good on the right wing. I don't think it's anything to be worried about. But yeah, it could also be like Garnacho on the right or something like that. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, I don't know. United are definitely all over the place at the moment, especially with like the Anthony situation, obviously Sancho situation. They've just lost like 2 right wingers out of nowhere. So someone's going to be getting a lot of game time, and yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But I wouldn't be surprised if like Højlund started in the middle, Rashford on the left, and then potentially Bruno Fernandes on the right, and then maybe Mount behind them if Mount's fine or something like that. But either way, those are the midfielders. And then up top, we do have Nicholas Jackson, who's got Bournemouth away, and then Haaland, who is my captain, who's also got West Ham away. And the benches are Nana, who's got Brighton at home, Archer, who's got Spurs away, Baldock, who's got Spurs away, and then Kabore, who's got Fulham away. I'm not very confident about this bench at all. Baldock being injured, and then also Kabore only got like 20 minutes the last time he played. If I did make a transfer this week and got rid of one of them, it probably would be Baldock, just because Kabore does have that double game week coming up, and if he does get his first 11 spot back, then obviously it'll be nice to have a double game week player. But anyway, moving on to the transfers, this is obviously the situation I've got going on. 1.9 mil in the bank. I've not really thought about this too much, to be fair, through the international break, because obviously with injuries and stuff, anything can happen. But my team looks okay, to be fair. Only 1 injury with Baldock, and I don't think it's that bad anyway. I think it's a calf injury. He's got a 75% chance of playing, so it's not like the worst case injury that he could have. But yeah, I've got 1.9 mil in the bank, and obviously one of the options that I could do this week is just get rid of Baldock and bring in Udogie for Spurs, who's 4.7, so obviously a 0.7 increase there. But I don't know if it's worth it, because this week I could just easily play like Chilwell, Estepinian, and Saliba. It's not like the worst back 3, and I think if I bring Udogie into my squad, it's just being a benching headache. Like, who do I bench out of these 3 if I bring Udogie in? Because obviously I'm going to play Udogie. But then it's like, do I play Saliba, Estepinian, or Chilwell? Like, if I bench Estepinian and he does well against United, I'm going to be kicking myself. Whereas if I don't bring in Udogie, I save a transfer, I save the 0.7, and I don't put myself in a position where I have to make an annoying benching decision. So really, it's nice on paper to bring Udogie in, but I just don't think it's really worth it. I think it'd be much better going into next week with 2 free transfers, especially if in game week 6 I will be getting rid of Ødegaard for Rashford, which again is a little bit of an annoying transfer to make, but I kind of want him for Burnley and Crystal Palace, Brentford and Sheffield United. So if I bring Rashford in for, and I've saved 0.1 on him as well if his price doesn't go up, because I sold him when he was at 9 and now he's 8.9, so I am actually making a tiny bit of money. It did cost me a transfer, but so that'd give me 1.5 left in the bank, and then if I'd have 2 free transfers, so I could roll the transfer. I don't think I would, because I don't really want to be playing Saliba, who's got Spurs at home. So I think I'd be also getting rid of Saliba that week. And then I'd have 6.6 to bring in a defender. So I could even, if I wanted to, bring in Trippier. I just have enough where he's got Sheffield United at home and then Burnley. So that's another thing that I could potentially do. And I have 0.1 left in the bank. And that'd take me into game week 6. And then game week 7, obviously I don't really have much leeway because I've got nothing in the bank. But I would probably just roll the transfer, really. I think all my players actually have decent fixtures around that game week. And then is it game week 7 that Kabore doubles? Yeah, game week 7 they double. So game week 7 I'd probably just get rid of Nicholas Jackson and bring in Collins for Luton. Not Luton, not Collins. What's his name? The Luton attacker. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I don't really invest in Luton players, so I don't actually know any of the players. Let me try and find him real quick. I do apologize about this. What's his name? It's Morris. That's the one. So yeah, I'd bring in Morris for Nicholas Jackson, and obviously I'd have him for double game week 7. Not really too bothered about losing Jackson. He's not really performed. And then obviously game week 8 could be when I potentially wildcard, maybe. And yeah, I think that's kind of the way I would probably go. And then yeah, I think the team probably looks pretty good until game week 8, where I could potentially wildcard. Game week 9 could also be a potential wildcard. I'd have to look at what my team looks like around that time. But yeah, that's definitely something I could do. So that's kind of the thoughts that I have as of right now. So maybe roll the transfer this week. I mean, there's also a City defender that I could also bring in, which again, I do like the idea of. But I think Trippier, who's got United away, is a pretty nice fixture. I mean, City have Forest at home, so I mean that's also a very nice decision. But I mean, like, there's just so much rotation in that City backline. I just don't think I really want to invest in that, and I'd much rather have Trippier, who's on set pieces, stuff like that. And if it, if it doesn't go well, I can easily just get rid of him on a wild card, so it's not the worst case at all. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So just roll this week. Next week, bring in Rashford and Trippier. And then game week 7, bring in Morris, and then game week 8 potentially wild card. But that's everything for my final team selection for game week 5. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment. What transfers are you thinking of making this week? Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. It's everything from me though. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.